Hey, warrior, let me take a guess. Lately, you're feeling swamped, right? Your mind races at night. You're staring at the ceiling, replaying every misstep or what could go wrong. You tell yourself to stop. You try deep breaths, but that weight in your chest, in your gut, clings to you relentlessly. Stress, unease, fear. By day, you put on a smile, but inside, a silent battle rages. You're not alone. Most of us carry burdens heavier than we show. We worry about finances, relationships, the future, or how others perceive us. You've tried planning every detail, controlling every outcome, yet still feel shortchanged. So, what's the answer? You might be surprised. What if the solution to your stress isn't in a new app or therapy session, though both can help, but in ancient wisdom over 2,000 years old? I'm talking Stoicism, a philosophy practiced by Roman emperors, warriors, slaves, and scholars. And here's the thing, it still works today. Life was uncertain then, just as it is now. People faced wars, betrayal, illness, heartbreak. They couldn't control the chaos around them, but they mastered their responses. Today's video will teach you 8 Stoic habits to stop worrying, not just temporarily, but profoundly and meaningfully. These aren't quick fixes. They're a shift in mindset. Ancient tools to forge inner peace in a world that tries to shatter it. No need to worry. This isn't a dry lecture. You don't need a philosophy degree to get it. Everything today will be practical, clear, and relatable. Whether you're a manager, parent, entrepreneur, or just navigating daily life. Let me share a quick personal story before we dive in. Years ago, I was stuck, overwhelmed. I checked my phone 80 times a day, refreshing emails, chasing validation, drowning in overthinking. I thought worrying was my duty, but it was a sign I didn't trust myself. One night, I stumbled on a quote from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote amid wars and plagues. His words hit me like a bolt. You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. It was a wake-up call. I'd spent years trying to control the uncontrollable, never mastering my own mind. That moment sparked change. I read more, practiced Stoic habits, and transformed how I faced stress. Here's the best part. You don't need to overhaul your life for peace. Just shift how you see it. These 8 habits will guide you there. We'll walk through each one, with quotes from real Stoics and everyday examples, showing how these practices help not just ancient philosophers, but people like us today, people like you and me. This isn't just a video, it's a conversation. Take a deep breath. You're not broken. Worrying doesn't make you weak, but you're strong enough to change how you respond. That's what we'll do together. Do me a favor if this resonates. Comment below. I choose peace over control. If this speaks to you, hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. And drop your thoughts as we go. I read every comment. Now, let's get started. First, master the art of premeditation. Quick question. Ever worry about something that hasn't happened? Of course, we all do. We imagine the worst. A project failing, a key client leaving, public criticism, or health scares. Our body reacts as if it's already real. Anxiety takes over. But Stoics have a powerful antidote, premeditatio malorum, mentally rehearsing potential setbacks. Seneca said, "He who foresees evil robs it of its power in the present." This habit sounds grim, but it's the opposite. It's not about fear, it's about preparation. Each morning, a Stoic asks, what could go wrong today? What challenges await? What criticism might come? What loss could occur? By calmly visualizing the worst, they strip it of its power before it arrives. They make peace with it before it shows up. Here's how you apply it. Before a big presentation, ask, what's the worst that could happen? And how will I handle it with strength and composure before a tough decision? Ask, if I lose everything, what do I still have within me? Start your day asking, what might test my patience? Who might push my buttons? How will I respond? Like a Stoic, not a slave to emotion. Worry thrives on the unknown. But when you've rehearsed the battle in your mind, you stand unshaken. You may still feel worry, but it won't control you. You've practiced dignity, restraint, and inner calm. That makes you stronger than 99% of people who stumble through life unprepared, hoping for peace without training for adversity. So, starting today, before your next big meeting or challenge, take 2 minutes, close your eyes, and calmly visualize what could go wrong. Then remind yourself, I'm ready. That's Stoic strength. It's not pretending bad things won't happen, it's ensuring they don't control you anymore. Second, practice the control test. Ever stressed about things beyond your reach? The economy, a colleague's opinion, past mistakes, or an unanswered email? We've all been there. The more you fixate on what you can't control, the more powerless you feel. Here's where one of Stoicism's greatest tools shines: the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a towering Stoic philosopher, said, "Some things are within our control, others are not." This simple truth is your key to peace. Stoics divide their life into 2 categories. First, what you can control: your thoughts, actions, reactions, and values. Second, what you can't: others' actions, outcomes, the past, most of the future. Most people waste 90% of their energy on the second group, then wonder why they're anxious, drained, and disempowered. But a Stoic warrior redirects that energy when criticized. A Stoic doesn't obsess over the words, they focus on their response. Facing uncertainty, they don't predict the future, but fortify their mind. When betrayed, they don't dwell in pain, but uphold their integrity. This is the control test. Ask yourself, when worry strikes, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If it is, focus only on what you can do. Here's how to build this habit. When your mind spirals, pause and ask, is this in my control? If not, picture dropping it like a stone into the ocean. It's gone. Then ask, what can I control right now, and act? For example, someone insults you online. Can you control their words? No. Can you control whether you stoop to their level or stay composed? Yes. Or maybe you didn't land that promotion. Can you control their decision? No. But can you sharpen your skills and try again? Absolutely. When you live this way, something remarkable happens. Your mind becomes lighter, your emotions more efficient, your spirit stronger. You stop battling invisible walls and focus on doors that lead to opportunity. Over time, anxiety fades, not because life gets easier, but because your mind grows tougher. That's the Stoic path. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. I want you to affirm this in the comments. I control my actions, not the world. Let's be real. How often does your stress come not from your life, but from what you see, hear, or absorb? Maybe it's a negative headline, a toxic colleague venting about office politics, or a social media post making you feel inadequate. Much of your tension is imported, not homegrown. Stoics are deliberate about what they let into their minds. Seneca warned, surround yourself with those who lift you higher, and embrace those you can elevate. This applies not just to people but to everything you consume. You can't flood your mind with noise and expect calm. This habit is a game changer. Curate your inputs. Guard your mind like a fortress. Here's how: unfollow social media accounts that spark insecurity, anger, or overreaction. Limit news to 5-10 minutes daily. Choose quality source, not endless scrolling. Distance yourself from chronic complainers or fearmongers in your circle. Build a curated digital world. Feed your mind with wisdom, strength, and clarity, not chaos. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about preserving your energy. Stoics see the mind as a garden. Let weeds overrun it, and you'll never see peace bloom. Here's why this works. Anxiety needs fuel to thrive. Starve it, and it withers. You don't need to react to every opinion. You don't need to absorb every story. You don't need to carry pain that isn't yours. A calm mind isn't passive, it's protected. Build a mental gate. For every piece of information, ask, does this strengthen or weaken me? If it weakens, it doesn't deserve your attention. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. But if your reactions are shaped by what you let in, control the input, control the output, control your peace. Affirm this below. I guard my mind like a warrior. Train your mind like a warrior. Imagine each night, instead of scrolling endlessly or stewing in stress, you sit quietly and reflect. How did I live today? This is a core Stoic habit. They believe the surest way to banish anxiety is to review your actions daily, not to judge, but to understand. Seneca wrote, when the lights go out and my wife is silent, I review my day, reflecting on what I did and said. Think about it. How much of your worry stems from unprocessed thoughts, moments you didn't unpack, emotions ignored, mistakes unlearned? Instead of burying yesterday and rushing into tomorrow, Stoics face it head-on. They ask, was I courageous today? Did I let external chaos steal my peace? Did I say something I regret? Did I uphold my values through daily reflection? Stoics don't just recall events, they rewire their minds. Over time, you spot patterns. What triggers you? What drains you? What lifts you? You grow more aware of your reactions, disciplined with emotions, aligned with your principles. Here's how to build this habit each night. Take 5-10 minutes to ask, what did I do well today? What can I improve tomorrow? Don't berate yourself, just observe. Keep a journal if you can. Let it be your mirror. Had a rough day? Good. Now you know where to grow. Anxiety festers when you flee the past, but face it with honesty and calm, and its grip weakens. Marcus Aurelius did this nightly in his meditations. Not for the world, but for himself. He wrote to stay grounded, humble, and true. You can too. The payoff: you sleep with clarity and wake with purpose. Over time, your mind stops spiraling because reflection keeps you anchored. A grounded person isn't swept away by fear. Fifth, amor fati. Love your fate. Don't just accept it. Be honest. How much of your stress comes from fighting reality? You didn't want that deal to fall through. You didn't want that door to close. You didn't want that setback. So what happens? You wrestle with the truth. Replay it endlessly. Doubt yourself. Wish it were different. That resistance turns into anxiety, sadness, even bitterness. But Stoics practice something profound: amor fati, loving your fate. It's not just accepting what happens, it's embracing it as your path, not a punishment. Nietzsche, inspired by Stoicism, said, amor fati is the formula for human greatness, wishing nothing to be different. Not forward, not backward, not ever. Sounds impossible. How do you love pain? Let's break it down. It's not about enjoying suffering, but seeing it as a forge for your strength. Say, this happened. I can't change it, but I'll use it. A failed project might teach resilience. A rejection might build humility. Stoics see everything, even tragedy, as fuel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle to action advances action. What blocks the way becomes the way. That problem is part of your journey. That detour is your true path. Living this way, you stop clinging to how things should be and embrace life as it is. Here's how. When setbacks hit, pause, breathe, say, amor fati. Then ask, how can this shape me? What does it teach? How do I use it instead of letting it define me? Move forward, resolute, focused. You'll notice something incredible. Worry turns to curiosity, pain to wisdom, and life, even at its worst, gains meaning. This isn't blind optimism, it's Stoic strength. Those who love their fate, no matter its form, become untouchable. Sixth, live fully in the present. Don't let the future steal today. Most worry isn't about what's happening now, but what might happen: losing a client, failing a goal, or something going wrong next week, next month, next year. But right now, in this moment, you're breathing, alive, secure. This is where Stoics offer a powerful healing habit: presence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Think on that. Not the past, not the future, just this moment." He also said, "Don't let the future distract you. You'll face it when it comes, with the same reason you wield today." Stoics believe true strength lies in living fully now. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Only the present is yours. Anxiety hijacks your mind, pulling you into a time that doesn't exist. But when you train yourself to return to the present, you reclaim your power. Here's how to practice it daily. Ask, where am I right now? Am I here, or lost in what might happen? When anxiety creeps in, ground yourself in your senses. Feel the ground beneath you. Listen to the sounds around you. Focus on your breath. Create small moments of awareness, sipping coffee, walking to a meeting, talking with a colleague. Be here, not ahead or behind. Presence isn't just a mindset, it's a weapon of the soul. When you live fully in this moment, anxiety starts to dissolve. You realize there's no catastrophe now, no enemy now, just this moment. And it's enough. Stoicism isn't about pretending bad things won't happen. It's about training to face challenges when they arrive, not replaying them endlessly in your head. Make this your daily mantra. Now is enough. Because in this moment, you're alive. And that's your strength. If you're ready to let go of the past, comment, I live fully in the present. 7th, choose to endure with purpose. Here's the paradox. One of the best ways to stop fearing the future is to practice discomfort now. Why? Because when you're used to hardship, the unknown loses its terror. Seneca, a wealthy Stoic, would sleep on the floor, eat simple food, and wear rough clothes on purpose. He said, set aside days to live with the barest essentials, dress plainly, and ask, is this what I feared? Why did a powerful man do this? To prove that if he could handle chosen hardship, unchosen hardship couldn't break him. Anxiety feeds on unfamiliar pain, but if you've trained with discomfort, hunger, rejection, failure, it loses its power. This isn't self-punishment, it's preparation. Try this. Skip a meal to feel your strength in hunger. Take a cold shower to prove you can handle unease. Say no to small comforts to build willpower. Wake up early, even when it's tough. Tackle the hardest task first. Each time, you prove you're stronger than your comfort zone. As you see yourself this way, worry fades. Life will bring storms, but if you've walked in the rain, you won't panic when it pours. This habit's deeper beauty when you stop chasing comfort at all costs. You stop fearing discomfort. That's freedom. A Stoic doesn't craft a life without problems. They build a mind that can face any problem. So, challenge yourself. Step outside your comfort zone. Live tougher today to live freer tomorrow. The less you fear discomfort, the less you fear life. If you're in a storm right now, comment, I grow stronger through challenges. 8th, align your life with virtue, not outcomes. Most people miss this key to stopping worry. They obsess over results, not character. They ask, will this project succeed? Will I get that promotion? What if I fail, since outcomes are uncertain? Anxiety creeps in. But Stoics teach something deeper. Focus on being a good person, not just looking successful. Act rightly, not for the outcome. Epictetus said, don't demand things happen as you wish them to happen as they do, and you'll live well. What does this mean? Live by your values. Honesty, courage, discipline, compassion, and you've already won. No matter what the world says or how things turn out, worry comes from chasing externals, money, status, approval. Peace comes from living true to yourself, regardless of results. That's why Stoics like Marcus Aurelius prioritized integrity over applause. He wrote, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Here's how to apply this. Before acting, don't ask, will this make me win? Ask, is this right? Before a big risk, don't ask, will I look foolish if I fail? Ask, will I grow? Win or lose? When you worry about others' opinions, ask, did I act with integrity? If yes, you've succeeded. You don't need to control others' thoughts. You don't need to control the final score. You just need to control your choices. When your soul is clear, your sleep is sound. When your actions align with virtue, you live without fear. That's why many Stoics weren't driven by ambition. They didn't chase fame. They sought to be strong, simple, wise people, doing right, even unseen. That's the true source of peace. You can't control life's ending, but you can always control how you live it. Shift your focus from attention to authenticity, from outcomes to effort, from fear to virtue, and watch anxiety fade. Nothing can disturb a person who knows they've lived with honor. If virtue guides you now, comment, I live by virtue, not fear. Anxiety is a thief of peace. It sneaks in quietly, grows loud, and if unchecked, steals your joy, focus, and confidence. But here's what the Stoics knew, and now you do too. You're not powerless. You can't control life's storms, but you can train your mind to stay calm within them. You're not here to be swayed by every fear. You're here to master yourself. Let the world spin. Let others chase, panic, and stress. You stand firm, calm, focused. That's Stoicism. That's strength. That's peace. If this video helped you, hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's grow this Stoic warrior community. We're stronger together. End this by claiming your power. Say it. I choose calm. I choose strength. I choose Stoicism.